everyone? This is Zach with StrictlyShisha, and I just did a review of the new haze flavor, Lime It Up, and I was using the new coals by Prestige. They sent these out to me to do a review, so this is my review. This is the box. It's a 1.5 kilo box, and it is a flat design box, which is pretty cool because in theory, you know, when you get to the bottom of the box and you scrounge around for coals, your hands get dirty like this. So in theory, this box would not get your hands dirty, which is pretty cool. And I guess it's easier to store. It's not such a big, cumbersome box. This box is a little dirty. I'm assuming USPS threw it around a little bit and broke these coals up a little bit. So that's why it's so dirty. But I'm assuming if you buy it from a reputable vendor who ships in a quality way, you wouldn't have that problem. So obviously it's USPS's fault, not Prestige's fault. These are cube-shaped coconut coals. And like all other coconut coals, they advertise to be 100% coconut, eco-friendly, and all that other nonsense. But this is what the coal looks like right here. It's a cube-shaped coal. If put it in reference to a Coco brick, which not many of you are familiar with, but this is another cube-shaped coal. They're very similar in size, and what's beautiful about these coals is that they are very uniform. They're very uniform in the box, so that is a sign of quality coals. And if I'm going to hold one of these coals up to a titanium coal, which a lot of you guys are familiar with, this is a titanium flat right here, and this is the Prestige Coco Cube Coal. So it is significantly larger. It's almost 1.5 the size. So significantly larger coal. They advertise that these coals last about an hour and a half. That's what it says on the box. My hands are a little dirty. They advertise that they last about an hour and a half, and they are top quality coals like most of the other coals on the market. There's an overlay somewhere of the coals on the burner, and they lit for a great light time of about 6.5 minutes, which is great for a cube-shaped coal, almost as much as some of my flats. So the light time on these coals is very good. And there was no smell on the burner, which I really liked, unlike some of the other coals which I reviewed, and some people had a problem with that review, but the Exotica coals, I smelled something with the Exotica coals. This one I didn't. So that step one was great. One of my criteria for a great coal is that you don't smell on the burner. Step one. Step two, the longevity. This round of coals has been going for about 50 minutes. 50 minutes to about an hour, and they're still productive heat output. This is, like I said, haze, Lime It Up, and I'll show you a little bit of clouds after about an hour. Still productive heat output after about an hour. So I'm assuming that they will last right under about an hour and a half, which is advertised, which is very good time for coals. So I'm happy so far with the longevity of these coals. Another important thing for coals is that they do not taint the flavor of the bowl. That's one of the reasons why a lot of us use natural coals, is to get the most pure flavor out of the tobacco without the coals tarnishing that flavor at all. So these coals do not tarnish the flavor, and I'm getting full flavor of the tobacco, which is another important aspect. One of my biggest things with coals, though, is the ash. And I was speaking to the owner of Prestige Coals. They mentioned that because these are larger coals, I must keep in mind that they do ash a little bit more. After about 30 minutes on the first ash, it was very minimal ash, which I was really happy. And even about an hour now, still very minimal ash. For a cube of this size, that is very impressive to have that little of ash. So in that aspect, you get a check mark. Great job. The last thing with coals that's really important to me is going to be the heat output. Heat output on these coals is excellent. They're very comparable to most of the coals in the market that you guys are familiar with. All the coconut coals like titaniums, haze coals, they will work with Tangiers, it'll work with modern shisha, so the heat output on these is great, on point. Overall, very happy with these coals. I think these might be my new cube coal of choice. I prefer cube coals, especially when I'm watching a movie or hanging out with friends and I don't want to run multiple trips to the burner. So overall, great coal. Thank you, Prestige, for sending these out to me. I really appreciate it. I do support these coals, and I would highly suggest checking them out. Thank you guys again. I appreciate your time.